Hand-to-hand, T1 and that UM.
T1 and that UM.
Copy that. Hand-to-hand between T1 and that UM.
There were over 900 overdose deaths in British Columbia in 2016. Fentanyl is at the root of this epidemic. VicPD's focused on fentanyl, focused on getting these deadly drugs off our streets.
Heads up, I got T1 out of the suite door.
Connor, we're out with our surveillance unit who are targeting fentanyl dealers. Why do we use surveillance?
So the purpose of surveillance is to make observations of drug dealers as they're out and about in the community. So that's brought us to the Quadra Village area of Victoria. The drug dealer that we're dealing with on this file seemingly lives and works in this neighborhood. A typical dealer will have a series of customers they're going to want to sell their drugs to, in this case fentanyl.
And have them up to Work Street.
Copy, you've got him up to Work Street.
Quadra Village, like so many other neighborhoods in Victoria, is negatively impacted by drug dealers. These guys are dealing fentanyl, and every time their product hits the street, it's a potential fatal overdose. So we're working really hard to try to get that fentanyl off the street as best as we possibly can and try to save lives. We'll put surveillance on them, follow them, learn about their patterns of behavior, and often they'll take us back to their stash house. Unbeknownst to them, we'll have them under surveillance at the time.
Hand-to-hand, T1 and UF.
Copy that. Hand-to-hand with T1 and the UF.
On a good file, if we're lucky, a couple of days of surveillance is all that's required. But there are many cases when that's simply not the case, and surveillance can be in place for multiple days or even weeks until such time as we see all the evidence that we need to see to be able to move a file forward.
And cutting through the park. We'll be coming out to Kings here.
What have your surveillance units seen?
The surveillance units have observed the drug dealer operating in this area. He has been observed meeting with customers and conducting those hand-to-hand drug transactions, as well as being resupplied by his supplier.
Close proximity to the playground behind us, how concerning is that for you guys?
It's deeply troubling when we see drug dealers operating in neighborhoods like this. The impact is severe. They're faced with the presence of this insidious drug dealing problem.
You good to hold the doors from there?
Yes, just spot checked him, keyed his way inside his suite, and BCB, I've got his doors.
We use surveillance because we want to be able to make covert observations of what these drug dealers are doing in the community. We'll know where they're keeping their drugs, and we'll use that information to apply for a search warrant and ideally go in, seize those drugs, and arrest the dealers and be able to proceed with charges.